For centuries, sea power meant size. But the battlefield had changed, my friends, and the front lines are no longer just on the land or in the air. And unexpectedly, Ukraine has rewritten the rules. Designed in secret and tested in battle, the Sea Baby has already changed history, from crippling Russia's Black Sea fleet to striking deep behind enemy lines. This tiny craft has done what once seemed completely impossible. But how was it made, and who operates the Sea Babies, and how is it changing the future of the naval warfare? Let's talk about it today in the Weapons of War. The idea of a Ukrainian naval drone was a response to necessity. When Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Ukrainian Navy were outmatched, that is to say the least, and the Black Sea was dominated by Russian warships, and traditional naval warfare was not an option for Ukrainians. Ukraine needed something new, something small, fast, and stealthy. Development of what would become the Sea Baby began in the early 2023, deep inside Ukraine's defense industry. Security Service of Ukraine, the SBU, led the project, working with engineers and military specialists to design a drone that could operate where no human could even survive. At first, it was just a theory, an unmanned surface vessel, or USV, that could navigate at high speeds, carry explosives, and strike enemy targets autonomously. The first experimental models were absolutely simple and, I would say, crude. Engineers modified civilian speedboats, my friends, fitting them with remote controls and small explosive payloads. Those early versions were crude, but the potential was absolutely clear, and with more funding and rapid testing, the designs evolved. The Sea Baby was born, a low-profile, fast-moving attack drone armed with up to 850 kilograms or almost 1,800 pounds of explosives and advanced guidance systems. Testing was dangerous, of course. The operators were pushing the drones to their absolute limits, trying to refine their speed, maneuverability, and stealth. The goal was to slip past Russian defenses undetected. No radar signature, no easy way to stop them. Early prototypes were tested in Ukrainian rivers, lakes, and other secret coastal locations, and engineers made constant adjustments. They were constantly improving stability, increasing range, and perfecting remote operations. By mid-2023, the Sea Baby was ready for its first real test, and the world would soon see just how powerful this small but deadly craft could be. That time, the Black Sea was one of the most heavily monitored war zones in the whole world. Russian warships were protected by radars, electronic jamming, and heavily armed escorts, including aviation, by the way. So, to succeed, the Sea Baby had to remain invisible until the very last moment. The first major operation took place on 17th of July 2023. The target was the Crimean Bridge, a critical supply road for Russian forces. The mission was risky because the bridge was guarded by patrol boats, underwater defenses, and constant surveillance. But the Sea Baby had an advantage. It was too small to be detected by standard naval radar. Another reason was that the Russian ships cannot operate their radars all the time, as well as any other ships, because they want to avoid being detected. If you radiate all the time, eventually you will get exposed and receive a big deadly gift like Ukrainian Neptune or NATO-built high-speed anti-radiation missile. The enemy electronic warfare, of course, posed the biggest challenge at that time, and Russian terrorists did all they could to jam the drone's signals, which forced Ukrainian engineers to develop different countermeasures, like stronger encryption, backup communication channels, and even limited autonomy in case the drone loses contact. As the Sea Baby approached its target, there was absolutely no turning back. A massive explosion rocked the bridge, damaging critical sections and halting Russian supply lines. It was a success and a completely enormous event in the media at the time. Of course, the war wasn't over, and the attack of the Crimean bridge had proven the concept, but Russians, of course, adapted quickly. Patrols were increased, jamming systems were implemented, and defensive barriers were reinforced. Each new mission forced Ukraine to refine its tactics, stealthier approaches, decoy drones, etc., and better communication with the intelligence units. After the attack on the Crimean bridge, the Sea Baby had proven its power, but Ukraine had an even bigger goal, which was crippling the remains of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. The first major strike took place on 4th of August 2023 when a squad of Sea Baby drones was sent after the Russian landing ship Olenegorsk Gornyak deep inside Russia-controlled waters. It's a type of vessels used to carry personnel and armored vehicles to deploy them on the shore. The challenge, of course, was enormous, and the port was heavily defended with patrol boats, air support, and electronic warfare systems operating completely non-stop to jam incoming threats. But the Sea Baby was too small to be easily detected. Moving at night, hugging the water surface, it closed in on the massive warship. By the time Russian forces spotted the drone, it was already too late. The ship sustained a direct hit to the hull, ripping a hole below the waterline, flooding compartments, and forcing the ship to be towed away for repairs. Days later, another target was hit. This time it was Russian oil tanker SIG. Ukraine sent a long-range Sea Baby to destroy this one, and this drone was capable of traveling over 400 kilometers. It slipped through Russian defenses and struck the tanker near the Kerch Strait, which resulted in disrupting crucial fuel supply for the Russian military. However, the Russian Navy were not the only target for the Sea Babies. In a recent operation near the Kerch Strait, Ukrainian forces deployed Sea Baby drones to target Russian Mi-8 helicopters. The drones that were armed with R-73 guided missiles and heavy machine guns approached the area traditionally under the cover of darkness. Utilizing their low radar profiles and advanced navigation systems, they happily evaded detection by Russian surveillance, and upon reaching the vicinity of the helicopters, the Sea Babies launched their missiles. One Mi-8 was struck directly, resulting in its complete destruction, which was confirmed by the footage released later by the SBU. Another helicopter sustained damage, but as we learned later, it managed to return to the base. This operation highlighted the Sea Baby's versatility and the effectiveness of integrated air defense capabilities into naval drones. However, challenges still persist. The primary obstacle is the integration of complex missile systems onto a compact unmanned platform. Ensuring the stability and accuracy of missile launches from a moving drone, of course, requires some truly sophisticated engineering and precise calibration. In addition to this, maintaining secure communication links between the drone and the operator is absolutely crucial, especially in contested environment where electronic warfare tactics are employed all the time. Despite these challenges, the recent success against the Russian helicopters underscores the new strategic value of armed naval drones. The Sea Baby's evolution from a stealth attack vessel to a multi-role combat platform shows Ukraine's innovative approach to modern warfare. Despite the fact that Sea Baby has already changed the naval warfare, its evolution is still far from over. Each mission reveals new challenges, new weaknesses to improve, and new possibilities to explore. Meanwhile, Ukrainian engineers are already working on the new generation of naval drones, my friends. These new models will be faster, stealthier, and deadlier. They will be capable of operating in rougher seas, traveling longer distances, and carrying much more advanced weaponry. It is anticipated that the future versions could be armed with larger missile systems electronic warfare tools, and even swarm technology that allows multiple drones to coordinate their attacks on enemy fleets. It is expected that the future drones will independently identify threats, evade obstacles, and adjust their course without any human input, which of course will make them tremendously harder to stop. Another major innovation includes submersible capabilities. The idea of semi-submersible or fully underwater drone is already in development for quite a while, and we already saw some inspiring footage of such drones coming from the Ukrainian defenders. A naval drone that can disappear beneath the waves before striking its target would be completely impossible to detect, giving Ukraine an even greater edge in Black Sea operations. What can I say before ending this episode, my friends? Ukraine's defense industry has proven that innovation can indeed defeat the size. While Russia relies on sheer numbers and firepower, Ukraine is winning battles with speed, intelligence, and adaptability. And the Sea Baby was just the beginning. The war has turned Ukraine into a global leader in drone warfare, and the Sea Baby itself has turned into a true symbol of resilience, innovation, and the power of technology over tyranny. And as long as there is a need to fight, the Sea Baby will keep evolving, unseen, unstoppable, and always one step ahead. Thanks for watching. My name is Operator Starsky, and as always, be safe.